On this day, June 3rd, 2025, we pause to honor the storytellers, visionaries, athletes, and artists who shaped the textures of our lives. They painted skies in oil and memory, brought cinema to the edge of our seats, marched down football fields with grit, and dared to write what others fear to say. Today's tributes are not simply to the known, but to the deeply felt, the quiet warriors and enduring legends whose work transcended fame to become personal, unforgettable parts of who we are. Let us remember not just what they did, but how they did it, with purpose, with perseverance, and with passion. Jason Constantine was a driving force behind some of modern cinema's most iconic and profitable franchises. As a Lionsgate executive who championed Saw, The Expendables, John Wick, and Hunger Games, he had an uncanny instinct for what would resonate with global audiences. But behind the flashy headlines and red carpets was a man who quietly shaped the emotional DNA of entertainment, building worlds, guiding creators, and believing in the edge of storytelling. While Hollywood buzzed with speculation, Jason fought a private battle with brain cancer, facing it with the same quiet strength and clarity that defined his career. His legacy isn't just in box office numbers. It's in the cultural impact, the adrenaline, and the artistry he helped unleash on the world screens. Doug Eggers played football in an era of leather grit and iron resolve. A fierce competitor for both the Baltimore Colts and Chicago Cardinals, he embodied the raw spirit of the NFL's early years. With every down, every hit, and every relentless drive, Doug laid the foundation for what professional football would become. His toughness wasn't boastful, it was essential. Teammates knew him as dependable, fans revered him as fearless, and his legacy lives in the fabric of a sport that still draws power from pioneers like him. Long after the final whistle, his name continued to echo in locker room stories, coaching wisdom and the DNA of the game. Jim Marshall wasn't just a football player, he was a phenomenon of endurance and spirit. As a cornerstone of the legendary Purple People Eaters defense, he played in a then-record 282 consecutive games for the Minnesota Vikings, an Iron Man streak that defined toughness. His leadership on and off the field became the heartbeat of a team and the soul of a franchise. Though remembered by some for a famous wrong-way run, it's the right way he lived, resilient, relentless, respected, that truly defined his story. He was more than a player. He was a captain of culture, a model of longevity, and a hero in helmets and hearts alike. Veda Louise Reed painted with kind of emotional geography, rendering skies, storms, and landscapes with a brush dipped in memory. A longtime faculty member at the Memphis College of Art, her canvases captured not just light, but longing. Her abstract works of southern sky and earth evoked the sensation of place more than the specifics of it, drawing viewers into emotional terrains of beauty, sorrow, hope, and reverence. She believed in the power of silence within a frame, of color as communication. Her art lives on in museums, galleries, and in the hearts of those who stood before her work and found themselves reflected in its strokes. Edmund White wrote the words that many dared not even whisper. With a boy's own story, he broke literary and cultural boundaries, chronicling the inner lives of gay men with compassion, clarity, and courage. His prose shimmered with wit, sorrow, insight, and eroticism, a language all his own. Over decades, he became a literary father figure for generations of LGBTQ+ writers and readers, documenting identity not as trend, but as truth. Edmund bore witness, with pen in hand, to the ache of otherness and the fire of becoming. His loss is a monumental silence in the world of letters, but his voice, bold and beautiful, will echo always in the margins and mainstays of literature. Today's stories leave us with more than remembrance. They leave us with resonance. These individuals were architects of feeling, whether by film, by sport, by canvas, or by prose. They gave us permission to see, to feel, to question, to dream. Some shaped empires of emotion through cinema. Others chased greatness across painted fields or stretched words across aching pages. And though the chapters of their lives are closed, their impact keeps writing itself in us. In every touchdown remembered, every film rewatched, every painting revisited, every paragraph reread. May we carry their light forward as guardians of the beauty they left behind.